What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916, and you tuned in to another edition of my vlog. And I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. We're doing big things. I'm spitting a lot of game on here, trying to keep a lot of you guys laced up on some really good stuff so that you don't make the same mistakes that I've made in my life or maybe somebody else has made in their life. And I want to talk about narcissistic women. Women who care little about anybody outside themselves. And a lot of times you guys, you try to wife women like this thinking that you're gonna have some sort of arm candy, but in essence, you're gonna have someone who's basically uh, a walking mannequin. They don't give a damn about you, and whatever they're doing as far as in a relationship with you is to further their own agenda. See, a lot of these women, when all they talk about is themselves, and they put all this extra time into trying to, whether it's getting their extensions done, their eyebrows done, the eyelashes done, or doing these fitness competitions, or trying to put together these Instagram videos. What does she do that would make her a woman that would compliment you as far as qualities? Now, I'm talking about you're a good working dude, you take care of business, you're responsible, you're not in the streets. What is she doing to support you in trying to be more successful? Is she, uh, you know, helping you, uh, go to school? Is she, you know, did she take out a loan to help you further your education? Is she, when you come home, having your meals laid out for you, or helping you plan out your week with your daily planner, or is she help you with your scheduling if you got a business, taking care of clients? Does she keep the house clean? Is she taking care of, like, make sure there's food in the house? Is she, cooking, doing these things? And I'm not saying this because, a lot of women say, well, we do more than what we do in the kitchen. Well, okay, I agree with that. I'm not saying you got to be barefooting in the kitchen, but what I'm saying is a good woman should still know how to take care of her man. See, women want to have all this equality shit, but at the same time, you know, they want a man that can, handle business, but then don't want to even let the man stand up and speak up for himself. You want him to basically listen to everything you say, do what you say, but at the same time be dominant. Now, how does that happen? How could you expect this man to be dominant when you're constantly, belittling him, bossing him around, and basically, having him, operate as your servant? Now, the men is just as bad for accepting this role as the woman implementing the role. But what I'm saying is, uh, women, if you're that much into yourself, and yet you expect somebody to do all these things for you, well, what are you going to do for him? What makes you so special that you don't have to give back? See, it's not just a take type relationship. Everybody wants to get in a relationship and just take. They're not trying to help each other. They're not meeting each other halfway. They're not trying to compliment each other. One person's taking care of everything as far as financial, or they're basically carrying this person, and this person's using them until they get to a certain point, and then they feel that, hey, I'm cool, I can go ahead and now go to the next level. I mean, watch out who you let ride your wave, because there are a lot of women who are very narcissistic, who are very selfish, who don't really care about the man they're with. As long as he's paying the bills, they'll sacrifice looks and all this other stuff. But at the same time, they creeping. They creeping with, uh, Pablo at the gym with the 8 pack, you know, or Frank, down the street who, works on, she sees him outside every now and then in the front lawn. She's creeping with him. These narcissistic women, they don't give a damn about anybody about themselves. And there are certain signs. If you met this woman and she was, doing nothing but Instagram modeling, booty shots, part-time dominatrix, fitness girl, then most likely she's not going to really give a two hoots about what you require to be happy outside of, she get your pee-pee wet every now and then to make you feel like you're a man. But pay attention to the signs, man. And I'm not bashing women. I'm just saying that, women, you got to recognize who you are. And if you are this type of person, then you need to do some things to change and stop being so selfish. There are a lot of good women out there who aren't, so into the whole, I gotta work out, I gotta do this, I gotta do that type thing, where they do want to actually compliment their man, support their man, give their man ideas on how to be successful. They don't mind when they come into a relationship signing that prenup, because they know that long term, whatever they build with him outside that prenup, they're going to share in it, and they're not thinking about divorce before marriage. So the narcissistic women, they look for certain types of men so that they could further their own agenda and, basically feed their platform. But like I said, you men consent to it. You consent to everything that this woman does to you, and you allow it to happen. I mean, it's very easy, man. Just start communicating, and communication starts from day one. You can't let somebody get away with something for so long, then try to backtrack and clean it all up. It's too late. You got to start fresh again. You got to start fresh from where you want it to begin, where you want to start from the very beginning. You can't go back and try to change something after the fact, because at that point it's too late. She's already figured out she can get away with all this stuff, and now she's not gonna want to give any, unless there's some type of drastic ultimatum. But man, you can't bash the woman for doing what she's doing, because that's her hustle. And if you're trying to walk around with this arm candy or this, Vogue model to try to show off to your friends, well, that could possibly be the trade-off, is you getting played as the Peter man. Yeah, the Peter man. You give a little bit of Peter, but that's about it, because you're getting played the rest of the way. So be wise, man, and know that this shit is for real, and it might even be a kid involved. That kid, to make sure that she's gonna get a check some way, somehow. So don't get caught up on thinking you're just hell of a guy, this handsome dude. Pay attention to how this woman acts, her actions, and see how genuine she is. There's little things that kind of give it away to whether or not she's this narcissistic woman, because once you realize that's who she is, and she's past a certain point, she's not really willing to change, then you're pretty much hit. Because if you consent to proceed in that relationship, you deserve everything that comes along with that. No home cooking, no domestic type of chores being done, laundry, house cleaner, anything like that. And let me tell you something too, because I know a lot of people are going to try to make comments about, oh, you trying to think of a woman, work and do this. Look, I work, I take care of business, I do laundry, I do dishes, I cook, I clean, I fix up the cars, I make sure the bills is paid, But at the same time, my wife brings me breakfast in bed. You know, she goes shopping, she puts food in the house, she picks up, she makes sure I'm taken care of, helps me organize a lot of stuff. So it's a team effort. So it's not just, her up in the kitchen, walking around doing laundry all day, and scrubbing floors and shit like that. No, I clean the house too. I put in a 12-hour day, come home, clean the house, vacuum, like I said, do laundry, uh, wash dishes. A lot of dudes don't even wash dishes. They don't even know how the hell they wash a dish. I do all that, you know, and I take care of business. So there has to be a balance. And if a narcissistic woman tells you she don't do all that, tell her to watch the Big Hurt video, because I do all that, so she should be doing just as much as I'm doing. If she ain't doing half of that, then why even bother? Go find your woman who will. And there's a lot of them out there. But like I said, it ain't about me telling you that you can't be independent woman, or you can't be somebody who's business related and have a life outside the kitchen or home. No, you should have that, but you should also take care of business. A man should have a hot meal at least 4 or 5 days a week. A man should have a clean house. He should have laundry done, shit like that, man. You shouldn't have, and the man, trash shouldn't be overflowing. House should, certain things, make sure the car should be running properly. You shouldn't have the yard looking all crazy and shit. So it's got to be basically a give on both sides to create a balance. But the narcissistic woman, she has no place in a household with a good dude who's out here, busting his ass, handling business. And a lot of you guys get tricked. You thinking you got you a dime piece, and you got you somebody who's really basically draining your motherfucking ass. So wise up, holler at me, bighurk916.com. And if you need some one-on-one consulting, let's get it done. Subscribe to the channel.